In the land of Uz, there lived a man named Job. Job was a righteous man. He was blameless and upright. He feared God and shunned evil. Job was also blessed with great wealth. He had 7 sons and 3 daughters. He owned vast herds of sheep, camels, oxen and donkeys. He had many servants. Job was a truly blessed man. Job was known for his piety. He would make sacrifices to God regularly. He would pray for his children and ask for their forgiveness. Job was a man of unwavering faith. He believed in God's goodness and justice. Job's life was a testament to God's blessings. He had everything a man could ask for. He was wealthy, healthy, and had a loving family. Job's unwavering faith and resilience are a powerful reminder that God rewards those who are faithful to him, no matter the trials they face. One day, Satan appeared before God in heaven. God asked Satan if he had considered his servant Job. God pointed out Job's righteousness and faithfulness. Satan, however, challenged God. He claimed that Job only served God because of the blessings he received. Satan suggested that if Job were to lose everything, he would surely curse God. God, confident in Job's faith, allowed Satan to test him. However, God forbade Satan from harming Job physically. Satan wasted no time in setting his plan in motion. He unleashed a series of calamities upon Job. In a single day, Job received news of unimaginable losses. Raiders stole his oxen and donkeys. Fire from heaven consumed his sheep. Another group of raiders stole his camels. Then, the worst news arrived. A great wind collapsed the house where his children were feasting, killing them all. Job was utterly devastated. He tore his clothes, shaved his head in mourning, and fell to the ground in worship. Yet even in his grief, Job did not curse God. His unwavering faith and hope shone through. "The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away," he said. "Blessed be the name of the Lord." Job's inner courage and steadfast faith remained unshaken, teaching us the power of resilience and trust in the face of adversity. Job's suffering did not end there. Satan, still determined to break Job's spirit, appeared before God again. He argued that Job would curse God if he suffered physically. God, testing Job further, allowed Satan to afflict him with painful sores. Covered in boils, Job sat in ashes, scraping his sores with a piece of broken pottery. Even in his physical agony, Job did not curse God. His wife, overwhelmed by their suffering, urged him to curse God and die, but Job refused. "Shall we accept good from God and not trouble?" he asked her. Throughout his trials, Job questioned God. He cried out in anguish, wondering why he was being punished, but he never lost his faith. He clung to the belief that God was just, even when he couldn't understand his ways. Job's unwavering faith teaches us the strength and hope that can be found in the face of suffering. Job's friends, hearing of his misfortunes, came to comfort him. They were Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar. At first they sat with him in silence, mourning his losses. But as Job began to lament his fate, his friends started offering explanations for his suffering. They argued that God punishes the wicked and rewards the righteous. They implied that Job must have sinned secretly to deserve such punishment. Job, however, maintained his innocence. He knew in his heart that he had not sinned against God. He pleaded with his friends to understand, but they remained convinced of their theology of retribution. The debate between Job and his friends raged on. Job, though righteous, questioned God's justice. He demanded an audience with God, seeking answers for his suffering. His friends, clinging to their rigid beliefs, failed to offer true comfort or understanding. They represented a common human failing, to equate suffering with sinfulness. Finally, God, moved by Job's cries, answered him. He spoke to Job out of a whirlwind, questioning Job's understanding of creation and the universe. "Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation?" God asked. "Who marked off its dimensions? Surely you know. Who stretched a measuring line across it? On what were its footings set? Or who laid its cornerstone, while the morning stars sang together and all the angels shouted for joy?" Job, overwhelmed by God's power and majesty, realized the limitations of his human understanding. He humbled himself before God, repenting for questioning his ways. "I know that you can do all things, no purpose of yours can be thwarted," Job confessed. "Surely I spoke of things I did not understand, things too wonderful for me to know." God, pleased with Job's humility and restored faith, rebuked his friends for their flawed judgment. He instructed them to offer sacrifices and ask for Job's forgiveness. God then showered Job with double the blessings he had before. He received 14,000 sheep, 6,000 camels, 1,000 yoke of oxen, and 1,000 donkeys. He was also blessed with 7 sons and 3 daughters. Job lived a long and prosperous life. dying old and full of years. His story serves as a powerful testament to the triumph of faith and the divine justice that rewards steadfastness. It reminds us that God's ways are higher than our ways, and his thoughts are higher than our thoughts.